to reproduce that range well, staying linear there, that's where you pay the big money for. Hello everyone, welcome back to McSolaar TV. Hope you're having a great day. I brought back the rapid fire Q&A. So in this series of videos, I'm gonna answer your questions. Before we start, please check the info box down below for my mixing courses on Pro Mix Academy, free plugin special discounts and offers, and if you want to support the channel. But most important, if you really want to learn how to mix and master professionally, click the join button down here, become a MixBuzz TV member and access the already big and always growing library of in-depth mix and mastering courses, videos and tutorials, full mixes, breakdowns from start to finish, mastering courses with all the settings for my analog gear and plugins, special videos and a lot more. You also get mix consultations with me via Skype or email. Next one is a really interesting question. We never talked about this before. It's by Omatic Dream and it says, "Hello David, I'm currently looking to upgrade my studio monitors. I want to know about frequency response versus frequency range. What's the difference? The specs state the frequency response is 37 Hz, 25 kHz, plus and minus 10 dB. And the frequency range is 45 Hz to 21 kHz, plus and minus 3 dB. What does it mean? Okay, so basically when the specs tell you that the frequency range is 45 Hz and 21 plus and minus, they mean how linear it is. And in fact, that's why they put plus and minus 3 dB. So it means that from 45 to 21K, the dips and valleys in the frequency range are never more or less than 3 dB. So it tells you how linear that range is, which is probably most likely the frequency range that you're interested in, because that's what those monitors can reproduce with high enough fidelity, meaning those peaks and dips are never more or less than 3 dB. And then the other one from 37 and 25 tells you basically the theoretical range, but it swings by minus 10 dB. So those frequencies that go from 47 to 35 being the lowest they can actually reproduce, it could be 10 dB lower. So that means that you can't really rely on trusting those monitors to reproduce that range accurately, which is usually looking at these specs for smaller monitors. They put those numbers because that's technically what they can reproduce at the extremes. But you are not really interested in that, because what you want is how accurate is the actual range that they can reproduce well. Let's put it this way in like super layman terms. That's the biggest difference between, you know, gigantic monitors like mine. Well, those goes down to like 10, but it doesn't matter. It's how well they go that low. What's the swing, you know, of the peaks and dips? And you can use some software correction for that, but when you reach the extremes and the top end, you don't really care. I mean, 25K, whatever. Even 21 is too much. But the low end, you do care. And unfortunately, to reproduce accurately, without distortion, without phase rotations, and clean between plus and minus 3 dB, which is not that little, to be honest, you need bigger speakers. You need to move air, because to reproduce that range well, distortion free, and at the same level, like staying linear there, that's where you pay the big money for, you know? So yeah, that's what it means. I hope this answered the question.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my throat. Lift me up, man, take control. Heart and soul.